Hi guys, it's Matt from SciCynical Inventing, and I want to thank you for bringing me to 2,000 subscribers. It's been quite a journey with a lot of weird videos, but hopefully I can get better, and stop saying all the time, as some people don't like that very much. Anyway, So I know most people that are going to click on this video will simply want to know what projects I have been working on and what videos they should expect. And so I'm going to get that out of the way first before I talk about anything else. Now, the very first one is a plastic shredder. Now, this plastic shredder is important because it is the first to a series of videos. Actually, technically the second, because I already made a plastic shredder video, but that was not quite polished like I wanted it to be. This is going to be basically a prequel, me finishing a shredder to get that shredded plastic into a filament extruder. And then, with that filament extruder, I can make 3D printing filament, and I can 3D print whatever I want, have basically infinite 3D printing filament from recycled plastic. And I want to obviously document the entire process and share it with you guys, but that's going to take some time. Now, I actually have worked a lot on the shredder itself, and I can give you some test footage to look at. So the shredder that you saw is actually not in its final design. So it's going to change dramatically in its appearance and how it works. And I have a plan of how I want to do that. But the only thing stopping me now is actually the weather. I've been held back by the weather for now. So this video is postponed. It's been raining and it's been snowing. So, it's December. What can I say? So obviously it makes sense to work on projects that I can actually finish indoors. And one of the biggest ones that has been consuming my time is a video that is focused on practical reverse engineering and practical hardware hacking. So basically what that video is going to be about is me taking apart a printer and then using the guts of the printer in order to create something more useful. Maybe a robot, for instance, use your imagination. But basically what that consists of is me recompiling a kernel, recompiling kernel modules, adding GPIO support to a running kernel. And that is a lot of software stuff, basically. And I have never in my life until now, and what you see here on the computer running is me compiling a kernel. There's a lot of code going on there. But I have never, until this point, compiled a kernel or compiled kernel modules or worked with makefiles or any of that embedded Linux environment stuff. And I'm just learning how to use all that and just navigate through that in order to make this project, feasible. So actually I've had a lot of success in hacking into the printer guts itself and gaining root access, meaning I have access to the entire printer system, printer machine. But the real problem is adding more support, adding GPIO support, adding more functionality to that running kernel or the running system. That is where the real problem is, and that's what I'm having trouble with exactly. Because gaining root access is one thing, but adding more functionality to like an obsolete system or an obsolete printer that has a Linux system running on it is a whole other ballpark. It's a whole other game. So it is taking a lot of time and effort in order to figure out like the right way to do this, because there's multiple angles and multiple paths that I could take in order to accomplish my goal in order to repurpose the printer guts into something more useful. So the third and final project that I'm going to talk about, that I'm working on, is one that involves a VGA controller made from a STM32 microcontroller, otherwise known as a blue pill. And you can take any LCD monitor that supports VGA, and that's most monitors, and you can control that monitor screen with a STM32 microcontroller, which I think is amazing because these microcontrollers are cheap. They're like $2, $3 on eBay if I remember correctly, and so making it into a video controller is really sweet. So what that consists of basically is to understand hardware timers and how to set up interrupts and basically the timing that is necessary in order to spit out VGA signals that the monitor can understand. And what's really interesting is that the microcontroller itself doesn't have enough video buffer memory for the screen, to control the screen. So what it does instead is it spits out signals as fast as the screen can take them in. And so you're just generating signals on the fly in order to create an image on the screen, which is really cool. But that's what you have to do when you have a microcontroller this cheap that doesn't have enough video buffer memory. So those are the top 3 projects that I've been mainly working on, and they all have their problems that are setting back the upload schedule. However, specifically the practical reverse engineering and hardware hacking video that I mentioned that involves the printer, well, what specifically is setting me back there is the kernel compiling, or the kernel module compiling specifically. And I want to get that done as fast as possible, but frankly, I'm just not experienced in a field like that, and I'm trying to do the best I can, but it will take me a while to figure out a feasible way of, explaining it and also doing it and showing it to the camera. So if there's anybody that actually has experience in a field like this, kernel compiling, kernel module compiling, and that actually wants to help me, I would be more than happy to include anybody that wants to help me in the video. And so that way it's a win-win because, you get some free publicity and I can actually put this video out and get this video out to the viewers because I want to, make quality content, but I don't want to half-ass this. So therein lies the problem that I'm having. So if you want to help me on a video, if you want to suggest future topics on videos, or if you just want to say hi, you can do so via Twitter. I'm mainly active on Twitter, and actually more active on Twitter than I am on YouTube. So there you go. So yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to say, and I just have to thank you guys for subscribing and believing in the channel. Getting to 2,000 subscribers is no small feat, and I really do appreciate it. I appreciate believing in the channel, especially despite the fact that I know I don't upload consistently, and I know I upload really long videos most of the time, and I just make videos on projects that are very detailed and intricate, and I know a lot of people probably don't like that, but believe me, I'm not doing it for the views, I'm not doing it for the money, I'm doing it because I want to learn something and I'm passionate about it, and I also want other people to learn about it too if they're interested, right? So really, I think I'm doing this for the right reasons, and I'm not gonna stop. But know that not every video is going to be long, not every video is going to be, the same entirely. There's not like a standard that I have set yet, and I don't think there ever will be a standard because my videos can range from electronics all the way to chemistry. And I just have, ideas of projects in the future that I want to do that don't even involve electronics. It's just pure chemistry stuff. And even biology, growing algae to make biofuel. That's something that I really want to do. So all in all, what I think of the growth of the channel, I would say, nawet nieźle. as most viewers and my dad would say, nawet nieźle. I should put that on a shirt, right? So yeah, again, if you want to contact me about a video or otherwise, you can do so either through Twitter or through email. Now, I will reply faster on Twitter, so there you go. And as always, I hope you always learn something from my videos, and I'll see you in the next one.